Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this morning. My name is Steve Kent. I'm the Sales and Marketing Director here at Purdicom, and I'm joined by John Mark Wilkinson, who's our Regional Sales Director for WatchGuard. Today's our first WatchGuard webinar that we've had since launching with them a couple of months ago. So today's an introduction into who WatchGuard are and the product and the portfolio and the partner program. So before I pass over to John Mark, what I wanted to do was have a quick overview as to Purdicom and their product positioning and who we are, and enable us to kind of just go through that. So just bear with 1 second. So for those that don't know Purdicom are a wireless networking and security distributor based in Oxfordshire. We're based in the middle of nowhere on a barn. So those that have been to our offices, it's quite a picturesque and unique place to come and visit, which kind of epitomizes what Purdicom's all about. We're a unique distributor that really does try and go that extra mile to help our customers win opportunities and partner with them and offer value where we try and help. We've got 56 full-time employees now, and we're growing every year. And WatchGuard, as I mentioned, is a new product to our portfolio, which is helping us exceed our growth and move forward. We achieve regular awards from our manufacturers for largest growth or largest manufacturer. So that kind of comes to us. We were established in 2005 with our majority shareholder, Hugh Garrett, who's our MD. As I said, we're based in Oxfordshire, and we hold many ISO accreditations that some of our customers require when we're working with their customers. Briefly mentioned a second ago, our real difference is our value add. We really do go that little bit extra to help our customers win opportunities, and whether that be with our account management team, our sales team, our technical team, we really do kind of help our customers win those opportunities. So some of our value add that we offer is around training and technical support. And by that, we really help our customers understand the products. We offer pre and post sales technical support, which majority of the time is actually free of charge. Because if we try and help our customers win opportunities, then we'll receive the business off the back of it. So we look to try and help you win as many opportunities as we can. Our logistics and finance is another value-added offering that we have in our offering here. So we can do clever things of labeling access points to doing pre-configuration and offering the extended credit terms and understanding credit terms that your customers ask for yourself. So we try and help there when required. Our sales team are like no other. They are technical. They really understand our customers. They get involved in your opportunities every single day, and we try and get them to be involved as much as they possibly can to help you win opportunities. Our marketing team have started to adopt and add campaigns, create more and more collateral for you guys to rebrand, and there'll be a new marketing portal that comes through the early part of next year that enables you to log in and rebrand content and push that out to your customers free of charge. Just quickly go over the technologies and the vendor portfolio that we have, and then I'll pass you across to John Mark from WatchGuard. We're broken down into a few different areas here at Purdicom. So our Wi-Fi offering, for those that don't know, our biggest manufacturer that we deal with is Ruckus. Ruckus makes up about 70% of our portfolio and is one of the leading Wi-Fi vendors in the market at the moment, followed by Cambium Networks, which is positioned at more of a value for money offering, but equally so as a cloud managed offering, which really does compete with the SMB and hospitality and education market. Our point-to-point and point-to-multipoint manufacturers, we see Cambium and Ciclu here, both of which offer different throughputs and different distances. So depending on what your opportunity is, we can help you design and spec that opportunity and offering you a good, better and best product depending on your budgets. Recently launched with a UPS manufacturer called Certi UPS. So we'll send you some more information around this shortly, but it's a relatively new manufacturer to us. Competes with the main manufacturers like APC, Riello and Emerson, but at a fraction of the price. So if you've got UPS opportunities and you want to work with us, let us know. Let's speak to your account manager and we can help you do that. All we need to know is the power output and the runtime that you want, and we can find the right UPS for you. Our voice offering is Ascom, so they do a range of DECT and mobile Wi-Fi telephony options, big into hospitality and NHS. So if you need communication of voice and to send alerts through handsets, then we've got a manufacturer here that can do that. Our switching portfolio will see Ruckus and Cambium, which both are complementary to their Wi-Fi offering, so fully managed through their various manufacturing of controller options. So they control their switching through that offering. And the final piece is our security and access control, which we'll talk about WatchGuard on this webinar into more detail in a second. But we also have an onboarding product called Incapto. WatchGuard is a new manufacturer to us, which obviously is what this webinar is around. So I'll pass you over to John Mark.
Thank you very much, Steve. Good morning, everybody. My name, as Steve just said, is John Mark Wilkinson. Just by way of an introduction, I'm sales director over at WatchGuard UK. I've been with the company now for around, coming up for 10 years. But in terms of industry, I started in the industry around 1996. Started out and always have been in networking and the security market, whether that's been at vendor level, distribution level, or dealing with end users at reseller. Hopefully what I'll be able to do is to bring through this presentation guidance why customers are looking for products similar to WatchGuard or products like WatchGuard, the markets that we position our technologies in, along with the benefits to our partners and to hopefully our new partners for joining WatchGuard. So I think we've got about 40 minutes or so to go through the technology and through the partner program. So let's get started. So first of all, let me give you a quick overview about WatchGuard and who we are and what we do. So first and foremost, it's worth stating that we have been in the market now for well over 20 years. We were the first product or the first firewall to market that was termed a multifunction, multi-factor firewall. That's firewalls with multiple different security features layered on top. And I'll explain a little bit more how that works in a moment. In terms of market focus, we're really focused on driving the mid-enterprise, small to mid-enterprise markets. And why we're looking at those markets? Well, we feel those markets are somewhat under focused or utilized in terms of security, although they do require them. Again, I'll come on to that in a little moment. In terms of the product portfolio that we have, what people generally know us for is our firewalling technology, and that's called our Firebox. That's a perimeter security appliance that sits at the edge of a customer network and protects or stops those cyber criminals, hackers from coming in, and stops data breaches, i.e. from information, intellectual property from leaking out. Over the years, we've complemented that product with our wireless, our cloud-managed wireless product range, and also our multi-factor product range, looking more on the endpoint. We've recently just brought out, and so new that it's not on this slide, but we will touch on it later, probably on the very last slide. We are focusing now very heavily on endpoint security. And we've seen a new product called DNS Watch Go that takes all the security features, or a number of the security features that is at the perimeter, and now takes that and layers it onto the endpoint. So that no matter where you are or where your customers are, where they're connecting, whether it's at home, internet cafe, customer site, etc., they will be fully protected by WatchGuard. Overlaying that, is our central management platform. And I mention that now because at the moment, a number of our products do have disparate management consoles. We have recently launched what we call WatchGuard Cloud that will bring into the market a central cloud management portal that will allow you as a partner or your customers to control all WatchGuard security products from one single point. There are some other manufacturers that do that, but over the next few months, I would say probably early next year, we'll see all this come together properly. Actually, let me just go back one slide. One of the key differentiators or with WatchGuard, I think it's always important because at this moment, and generally when I start talking about firewalls, people say, oh, but I know a firewall is a firewall, whether you're X manufacturer or Y manufacturer. I think the very important thing to mention, and one of the important areas of differentiation that we have, is our ability to bring market-leading security features onto the firewall that perhaps the mid and small to mid-market wouldn't be able to afford or have the budget available to purchase. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is WatchGuard provide the management features, the hardware, everything that makes the product work. But in terms of the actual security features, we will generally, in a number of ways, OEM with other market-leading vendors. So for our web security solution, we partner with WebSense, or what is now Forcepoint. We have their full Triton database. In terms of antivirus that's on the perimeter, we have two antiviruses, one signature-based that is Bitdefender and one signature-less that is Silence. Both market-leading products that we're bringing onto the firewall and an affordable price point for that mid to small, medium market. I could go on, and we've got a number of other products in a similar vein, but the key reason we do it is because, quite frankly, these people are doing it day in and day out. They have huge global research teams, and we're utilizing their intelligence, we're utilizing their security solutions to put onto the box, again, at that affordable price point to enable your customers to be secure wherever they sit in the market and whatever budgets they have. And the main reason for that is because viruses do not differentiate between whether it's a nation state attack or whether they're attacking a small 5-user organization. You don't get WannaCry heavy and WannaCry light. They don't differentiate. So the threats are the same no matter what level of customer you are, and no matter what types of security you have in play, or no matter what types of intellectual property they're trying to get hold of. We're all at risk at the same levels. So let me go through the presentation now. Give you a bit of an overview. We're going to go through a bit more background as to why WatchGuard is important. We're again then going to say why WatchGuard. We're going to look at the program requirements. Now, WatchGuardONE, as we'll come on to say, is our key and our new partner program, which has recently been relaunched. And the key thing for you guys to remember is we are not too worried about the amount of revenue that you guys will do. We're purely looking at a certification-led program because it's our strong belief that knowledge brings sales. But regardless of that, we just want you to be as good as you can be to support your partners. So it's purely certification-based. We'll talk about the benefits. Of course, if you're going to join the WatchGuardONE program and to come on our journey with us as WatchGuard, you need to have benefits. And then I think there's a final slide, how to get started. So let's go through a little bit of background. Okay. So I think it's very important. We talked a little bit about this in the first slide, but I think it's important for you guys to know why your customers are looking for security solutions, and they are, and the sort of threats and the risk to their business that they face, not only from people trying to hack into their business, but actually from the damage the threats will have on their business if they come in and if they do damage, from also potentially the risk to their business that they may just have by not having enough manpower, maybe not having enough budget of which to actually secure and to manage their environment, and it does happen. But this first slide comes from Symantec. So yeah, Symantec is dealing with more enterprise class products, but of course, as we all know, Symantec Norton, it does deal with across the market from home users up to large scale enterprise. The key thing that we've got to see here is that 61% of companies that face a cyber attack, if that does damage, the average cost is around $200,000. Now, of course, that could be quite a high number. If again, we're taking some reference from enterprise. However, if we think about mid-market, even if it's a $5,000 cost, if the security breach is successful, even if it's a $2,000, $10,000 cost to their business, these are always unforeseen costs. And in these times of economic uncertainty, in these times of generally when the economic climate isn't always the best for all industry, any additional cost for business could result in the bottom right fact, which is 60% of companies that are impacted with one of these attacks may well actually go out in business. And that's quite a scary thought, that, you know, companies can potentially go out of business. Maybe it's going out of business due to impact on reputation. Maybe it's going out of business just for these unforeseen costs that the attack causes. There are a huge amount of reasons, but that is why it's so important that you're able to secure your end user customers. As we've said, about 65%, 2016, this is actually a 2017 report. I'm still waiting to get some 2018, 2019 data, but 65%, and this is only going up, of all companies out there have reported some kind of security incident. And one of the key facts that we always see is that 45% of companies are always reporting a lack of control. And what do we mean by that? That's when we speak and when we survey IT customers and IT managers, etc., and IT departments, they often say to us that, yes, we've got basic security, but we just don't feel we've got enough control in terms of how to stop these threats from coming through onto our network. So it's something we know that companies are looking for. And one of the main reasons that they don't have such tight control is potentially because they don't have enough staff to manage it. And I'm sure you know probably better than I do that when you're talking to your customers, unless you're talking to high-end enterprise customers, they don't have huge IT security teams. You know, I speak to some hospitality accounts that are some very well-known end users with hundreds of rooms, if it's a hotel, and maybe 2 IT security staff. Or I might be speaking to a healthcare or a finance or a manufacturing company, and they do have very few people in their actual security staff, actually across their IT security business. The key thing that I sort of mentioned, people obviously do want to have these controls, but of course they've got, not of course, but in quite a number of instances, they just don't have enough budget. And if we take those solutions that I mentioned on one of the first slides, things like Forcepoint, Bitdefender, Silence, etc., if you to add all of those together, it comes out at a huge value and a huge cost to business. And this is one of the key reasons that WatchGuard is so appealing, because again, because we focus on small to mid enterprise market, we position those products at a price point that they can afford, that those customers can afford, regardless of those enterprise level best in breed technologies that we layer on top of the box. So immediately you can see through central management, through price points, we're already addressing a number of these features or a number of these concerns. Training is a big issue that we're seeing at the moment, and not just training of the IT team, but we're finding IT training for the actual user is a big problem out there. Now, one of our recent solutions that we brought onto Box is a product called DNS Watch. And DNS Watch is a solution that does certain types of DNS filtering. Let's put that aside for the moment. But the key thing with this solution that comes as part of the package is that it will prevent people from going and clicking onto certain phishing emails, links in phishing emails, attachments within phishing emails. Now, you may say, well, that's great, but where does the actual staff training come about? Well, the staff training comes about because regardless of how many controls and trainings you put in place, generally people will click. Lack of time, they're just going to click on those links. Now, if they do, we will provide through this solution end user training. So if they click, we will prevent it from actually executing and damaging the network, but then we'll download a video onto their laptop, onto their desktop, so they can then learn from that mistake. And therefore, it's a proactive training session that will hopefully improve the staff's knowledge. But again, part and parcel, and it's again addressing all these concerns. As we've said, we're here really eliminating complexity from the network and driving down costs, making it affordable and attractive for your customers. Because of course, ultimately, if our product doesn't meet their concerns, if our product doesn't meet the right price points, you are not going to be able to sell it, and therefore it will be a pointless exercise taking WatchGuard on board. So, basically what this program is around to do is around to help you with is to actually help you as partners know how best to deal with security and how best to help your customers. So what is WatchGuard ONE? So, I mean, partner programs aren't generally unique to any vendor, but just to give you a bit of an understanding about WatchGuard, and the first key point for us is that WatchGuard ONE and WatchGuard itself, we are a pure partner-driven vendor. We have no direct sales, so we are not going to be working with you on opportunity and then saying, oops, we'll just take that one direct for ourselves, and therefore you can have those other ones that you want, but we'll have this main really big account. We don't do that. We are here to help you. And we have got over, 10,000, not in the UK, but globally, we have over 10,000 partners. To put WatchGuard ONE into perspective in terms of the UK, we deal with probably around 1,000 individual partners over the course of a year. However, only around 10% of those partners are WatchGuard ONE accredited. Therefore, there is a good opportunity for you to join the WatchGuard ONE program and to be able to really have a big differentiator across the majority of the existing WatchGuard channel. What does WatchGuard ONE bring you? Well, WatchGuard ONE bring you our experience and our ability to help you, very much like Purdicom do with their distribution sales, very much help you to win various opportunities and to drive your brand into your chosen customer market. So with WatchGuard ONE, you will get a mixture of us and Purdicom to work with you and to help you develop as a partner, whether that be sales training, technical training, whether it's coming and visiting your partners, and if your partners, your customers, whether it's just writing business plans or marketing plans to help you grow. And we're there, and only our WatchGuard ONE partners will get that resource. Now, saying that, we do have a channel development team, so if you are thinking you'll be motivated at the end of this webinar to become a WatchGuard ONE partner, we will very much help you with our channel development team, take those first few steps in understanding what we are in a bit more detail, and also how to get onto the program. No partner program would be a partner program without financial incentive. Of course, anyone can buy WatchGuard, but it's only by signing up to and taking the certifications for the WatchGuardONE program that you will actually get the relevant discounts from distribution that you can either pass on to your customer, or obviously potentially you, or more likely, use that to add extra value to your sales of partners. There is a multitude of resources we've got out there. I'm actually going to flick through these because then I'll talk about them in depth. WatchGuardONE provides you with huge amounts of education and training. As I said, the program itself is certification based. And when I say that, that's a mixture of sales and technical. All these trainings are available either from our accredited training centers or online. Each one will have an exam at the end. So once you've taken and passed those certifications, you can feel assured that you really are a partner of WatchGuard, and you really will know, your technical teams will know, your sales teams will really know how to position WatchGuard correctly. In terms of technical support, the response times to our technical support is actually linked to the certification that you have. So if you're a registered partner, of course you can contact our technical support, and that's a global technical support with engineers in the UK and across the world. Of course you can, but the response time is decided upon the level of certification you have. In terms of communications, we'll constantly send you e-shots, emails telling you when your certifications have expired, when they're coming up for renewal, your renewals, any new product releases, events, training sessions. We've got a huge amount of thought leadership as well. And in terms of, we've got a huge amount of thought leadership that we use via our, oh, there we go, so a few technical difficulties, that we have via our threat landscape teams. And actually the overall thing that I will leave right till the end is when you become part of WatchGuardONE, you really do become part of the WatchGuard community. You will have opportunity to interact with partners at local roundtable events, react and interact with our distribution community, interact at global partner events. You won't just be left alone. You really will be helped, guided along the ways of WatchGuard. The three core pillars of as we sort of discussed, we've got the program, the product itself, and the ecosystem. And those ecosystems are technical partner, technical alliance products that we integrate with. And we'll talk a bit more about that later. But there's three core pillars we feel that you will need to understand toward becoming an enabled WatchGuard partner. So key reasons to become a WatchGuardONE partner. Well, we've talked about the product. You'll see here easy, whether it's easy or whether it's simplistic. WatchGuard, whether you're going to manage it on behalf of your customer or whether it's a product your customers are going to manage themselves. The key thing here is that it is simple and easy to manage, easy to deploy, and certainly for you, it's very easy to sell. Whether you're looking at our firewalls, our multi-factor authentication, or our wireless, or now our endpoint security products, everything is very easy from either that sales or technical support point of view. This is what I was mentioning about our ecosystem. Of course, you're not just selling WatchGuard as a partner. Your customers are not just using WatchGuard in their infrastructure. There is a multitude of products that they will be using to either secure their infrastructure or to manage their infrastructure. What this partner program does is it has a number of technical alliances that enable you to very clearly define what WatchGuard can integrate with. And to help you on that journey, we have a number of integration guides that we've worked with these various vendors. So whether it's vendor X or Y, if your customers got them, you can search on our website, and we will generally have an integration guide that will help you integrate that product into your existing customers' portfolio. Why is that important? Because, as I've said, it's so important because a product has to fit within their existing management infrastructure. They've got, generally our end users have got limited technical resource, have got limited time, and therefore we can't be putting in a product that is difficult to manage along with those other products that they've got in play at the moment. I mentioned this before, but I will mention it again. We are 100%, 100%, 100% channel, 100% of the time. There are so many of our competition that state this, but it doesn't actually come to fruition. There are a number of times we've seen other people going in, partners bringing deals in, and then competition taking those deals and maybe putting them with favoured partners, or putting them to where, or taking them direct and then working it and maybe putting it, I don't know, through a service integrator. We do not do that. We will work with you to deliver you opportunities and to deliver you the best return on your WatchGuard relationship by working with you and your customers. So we continually go out and work with our partners, with their end users. We feel we've got good knowledge, we've got good expertise. We hope through this program that you'll be able to take this solution and run with it yourselves, but we are always there to assist you and to help you sell this product. As we've mentioned before, the key thing to this program, and it's sometimes people say, but you're a sales organization, you know, you're a vendor, you've got to think about money. Well, yes, we do, but equally, we want you to be able to have as low a barrier to entry as possible. And we feel by saying, well, okay, you can become a gold partner by doing X, Y, Z certifications, but then you've got to do $1 million. People are going to look at us and say, well, hold on, how about the ramping up period? How about, you know, getting started? Well, that's why we've decided with WatchGuardONE to take away all the barriers to entry in terms of volume of sales. So you can be a gold partner of ours, and I'll come on to how you do that in a moment, simply by doing the certifications. Whether you generate $10 or $1,000 or $100,000 or $1 million, sort of irrelevant. It's about empowering you guys to be able to look after your partners, whether that be for 2 boxes or 100,000 boxes or 100 boxes. You know, we just are there to empower you to be the best you can be to help secure your customers. Now, of course, we talked about a bit earlier that one of the key pillars is financial incentive, and WatchGuardONE really is all about this. It's about enabling you to very quickly be able to either offer your customer discounts or to use those additional discounts to build profitability into your business, or via the various promos we've got to be able to be very competitive against the resellers and other competitors out there. We can do that in a number of ways. With the WatchGuardONE program, you have access to sales rebates, marketing development funds, co-op rebates, and then we have a number of other spiff type programs that we will come on to and talk to in a moment. We've mentioned support. Whatever level of partner you are, whatever product you buy, and whatever license bundle you buy, faults do happen and they do occur, whether it's misconfiguration or, you know, God forbid the product goes wrong, which they do from time to time. That could happen at 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 6 at night, or 6 in the afternoon. We strongly believe that our support programs can't be a 9-to-5 exercise. And therefore, we have done away with any of the uplifts to support, saying, well, you've got 9-to-5, if you want 24/7, that's an additional SKU, an additional price. Everything you have with WatchGuard is 24/7. Whether that's talking to us directly by phone, whether that's engaging with us via the partner portal that you'll get access to for support. We will support you and your customers whatever time that fault occurs. If the product goes wrong and it's deemed it's a hardware fault, you will get a product shipped on a next business day basis. Again, as long as you've got live support with us, you will get full 24/7 support, and you also get a hardware replacement for the life of that product. It's just a very important thing to say. And again, the reason we're doing this is to make it simple. So when you buy the WatchGuard product, you're not having to buy the hardware followed by 101 SKUs to add different support levels to it, and then another 101 SKUs to add different levels of security features, support, etc. We just want to make it very simple. So out the box, 24/7 support. We also feel that there will be times when you need to contact us, but there will also be times where you just need something on the fly. You might be there at a customer site. You might be just busy, about to go on a call, and you need some sort of information. What we've done over the last few years is to really enhance our partner portal. So yes, you can talk to us, of course you can, and we're there to support you, as we've said. But having a self-service portal is, of course, all important. People consume online, I do, I'm sure you do, and whether you want to download competitive battle sheets, whether you want to just download the latest training to quickly remind yourself of the product that you're about to pitch to your partners or to your customers, or whether it's you're doing a bit of administration and seeing how much business you've generated over the quarter, how many leads that we pass through into your portal, or, as you can see on the picture on the bottom right, how many certifications that you have. So we're there to enable you to make sure you keep on top of your partnership, on top of your knowledge, and be able to just do everything from one single point of reference in a very simplistic way. I'm sure I'm not the only vendor who points out that we've got a wonderful array of awards, but we do. And a number of these awards will go on to the partner program, and we work closely, obviously, with these people just to not only to put forward our partner program for recognition, but to also put forward our programs in the development process, just to make sure it ticks the boxes in comparison to what they see and they feel a partner program should be. And whether it was the first iteration of WatchGuardONE or what we're now on, what's called WatchGuardONE specializations, we certainly get a tick in all those boxes. So program requirements. So, I'm looking at the time, we may go a little bit over, like 5 to 10 minutes. The partner program has changed slightly. WatchGuardONE was purely based, the first iteration, on just being certified on our firewall product. That's what people knew us for, that's what people wanted to get trained in. However, over the last 4 or 5 years, our product portfolio has expanded quite significantly and continues to do so. So therefore, what we now ask our partners to do, and we believe it's a flexible approach to a partner program, is to be certified in one of any of our 3 products or across all 3 products, dependent on what level of certification you require. If you want to be a silver partner, 1 certification. If you want to be a gold partner plus 3 certifications across all products, sales and technical. So we just believe it enables our partners, maybe you're a wireless networking partner, value-added reseller, and you think, well, actually security is not really for me in terms of firewalling, but what I do like is the ability for WatchGuard's cloud management Wi-Fi to be able to provide wireless intrusion prevention. I won't go into that now, but it's a security feature we do. So you may just decide to focus on that. Or maybe I'm already partnering with Purdicom on the wireless side, but what I don't have is a multi-factor authentication endpoint solution. Okay, I'll do that. But again, firewall's not for me. Or maybe I want the firewall and the multi-factor. It just allows for that flexibility and doesn't say to be a partner, you've got to do everything. We'd like you to do everything, but it might not fit your business at the moment. So what is required? So first of all, let's just go back one. First of all, you need to sign up. Very simple. WatchGuard.com, log in, become a partner, sign up, and then you will become a partner. We'll look at it, we'll give you a call, we'll sign you up online. Very easy. Couple of webinars, onboarding webinars that you need to watch, couple of ticks in the boxes, and we'll send you the terms and conditions to sign. All is done online via e-signatures. Then we have the 3 levels of certification, depending on the product that you want. So we either have network security specialization, read into that our firewall, or our secure Wi-Fi product, of course, wireless, and then MFA specialization, which is multi-factor authentication. All of these levels or pillars of certification will have technical training, sales training, and a requirement to buy an NFR product. We believe the NFR is an important element because and we would hope you would use it internally, but if you don't, you can either use it for demo purposes or to ensure that your technical team are trained up. One of the questions we are asked is, can I buy an NFR if I'm not a partner? Well, yes, you can. You certainly can, and a lot of people will do that to trial the product because it is at a vastly discounted rate, and or for their engineers to train prior to taking the certification. I think the bottom part of this slide is probably the most important because it tells you what you require. What it is worth pointing out is we do have 3 levels of certification, but Platinum is by invite only. Constantly reviewed. We only have 2 Platinum partners at the moment, but it is worth noting you will not be disadvantaged against the Platinums because the discount levels are the same. There are a number of other benefits that Platinums get in terms of executive level sponsorship, maybe a couple of % more rebate in terms of MDF, but in terms of discount presented to customer, you are on an equal level playing field. So we are not creating an elitist program. But if you look at the bottom right here, you'll notice that it's very simple. Again, simplicity and ease is key. If you want to be silver, 1 certification, 1 sales, 1 technical, and that's it. And then gold, 2 sales, 2 technical. And again, that's it. With the new program, you can take 3 to become gold. If you take 3 and are covered across all certifications, your rebates that you potentially have access to, and I'll come on and show you a slide next, will map onto that of Platinum. So program benefits. Ignore the top piece. The top piece is what we give to distribution to help them facilitate your front-end rebates. So that's purely a distribution piece. The key things for you to look at are the rebates, the co-op, and the deal registration, because these are added benefits to your business. But how does that work and what does it mean? So when we give distribution these extra discounts, it enables them to provide the following upfront discounts for you or margins for you. If you become a silver partner, you get a 33% discount off list. Again, it's important to say because if you're not signed up to WatchGuardONE, you get 25%. So there's already a 7-8% difference in terms of the competitive advantage you have. If you become gold, you get 40%, and platinum, again, 40%. The rebates that you then have access to, you don't get any at silver, but at gold, you get 5%, notice the little star there, or if you're platinum, which you get only 2 or a 7%. But if you take 3 certifications, you then, as it says at the bottom, get the same level of rebate as the Platinums. Therefore, we've flattened the program and made it far less elitist, and saying the Platinums, yes, there are certain advantages, but certainly not from a sales point of view. On top of all of this, we get, or you can get deal registration. So let's just put this into perspective. You're going to potentially get, if you're gold, 40% off list. You could then get an extra 5%, 7% in rebate, plus an extra 2% in co-op, plus an extra up to 15% deal registration if your deal is $15,000 list. And that's, believe you me, when we look at list and the discounts that we're applying, that is very achievable on most of the deals. And the 5% deal registration is for $5 list. So you can see already it's an incredibly profitable program for you as partners to join up to. On top of those benefits in terms of margin, we're going to give you yet more benefit and more, let's use a bit of a salesy term, more cash in your pocket. For every product you sell, if you sign up to what we call Security Pays, you will get a WatchGuard branded Visa credit card. That Visa credit card will sit in your wallet, and every product you sell and claim, we will give you dollar value onto that card. And some of our partners are paying tax bills with it. Some of our partners are buying cars with it. Some of our partners are just buying Christmas on it. You know, it is there as an added benefit for you. It's for the individual salesperson rather than company, but we're seeing it as maybe giving you the ability to help drive your sales teams, or just, you know, there as a reward for partnering with WatchGuard. There are various promos that will make you even more competitive. So something called Red for Red or Red Instead. We have just multiple quarterly promos. You know, we're realistic that our competition are continually, and in fact, I won't mention the vendor, but there was one vendor that went out there and said, we're offering 70% discount against WatchGuard. I mean, this vendor loathes us for whatever reason. We're offering 70%. When you actually went under the bonnet of it, they were offering 70% off old legacy product. So not great, but we know that customers like to have some sort of incentive, and we've got so many incentives, whether it's trade-in programs, trade-up programs, whether it's multiple purchase programs, whether it's discounted NFRs, etc., etc., etc. There are always quarterly promos to make you, if the discount isn't making you competitive enough, along with the spiffs, this will hopefully help you on that journey. So getting started, I think this is my last slide-ish, 2 slides. So it's so simple, as I've mentioned. How to join WatchGuardONE. Go to WatchGuard.com/join, fill in your credentials, fill in your details, and an email will be sent to us. And once it's sent to us, we'll activate it, we'll contact you, and we'll give you guidance how to become and take you on that journey on whatever partner level you want to be. You will be able to meet, and I will personally assign a member of my team to help develop you in conjunction with Purdicom. So you've got a joint team, distribution and the vendor. It's a distribution vendor alliance that will help you maximize your relationship with WatchGuard. Move forward then, and again, we will give you guidance and the ability to quickly move through the certification process, and to again give you guidance on what technology and what courses are best for you. The one final thing I will mention is something that is quite important. You may already be a partner with X competitive vendor, and you may think, do you know what? Yeah, I like this message that's being put across. I want to learn more about WatchGuard. It's going to be appealing for my customers because it's meeting my small to mid-market channel. It comes at a competitive price point, been in the market for years, but I'm already trained up in X partner. If I go to you, WatchGuard, I've got to start this all again. And therefore, I go right to the bottom of the pack, and my discount will just not be competitive enough. I say, hold on there, and what we will do is we'll provide a program that is called Status Match. And Status Match will enable you as a partner to match your existing program requirements with WatchGuard. So if you're a partner with X and getting a 40% discount for 3-6 months, depending on what we agree, we will give you the equivalent WatchGuard partner level to ensure that transition from vendor X to us is smooth and retains your profitability and your market and your competitiveness. So let's just click through there. So just to finish, please leverage us. After this, call your partner team within Purdicom, contact us, we'll work with Purdicom, and we'll get you up to speed. Continue as a partner, do read our communications. Please don't put us on filter and spam. We know you get a lot of emails, but there is a lot of valuable resource. The world of security is moving quickly. We will help you keep abreast of it and keep on top of it and make sure that you are able to differentiate yourself. Communication is key. Use the tools and resources. Do utilize our deal registration because it's there to make you more competitive and to put more money again in your pocket and to make your franchise, make your company more profitable. Achieve gold status. It's well within everybody's realms of it's achievable for everybody. So make sure you're as knowledgeable as possible and as up to speed as possible to make you more competitive. And go that extra distance, become sales trained and become specialized in all our brands to make sure you are the best partner possible to help secure your customer. So John WatchGuardONE today, and I think that's it from me. So Steve, I'll then hand it back over to you.
Perfect. Thanks, John Mark. So hopefully you've all understood kind of the WatchGuard positioning and the partner portal and how powerful and how different it could be versus what you're already buying. Before we kind of finish up, I wanted to just go through our plan and the kind of what we're doing over the next couple of months. So we're yet to get a finalized date, but we'll have a second webinar in the next couple of months where we'll go into more technical detail around the product portfolio of WatchGuard, but we'll also do a DNS WatchGuard demo live on that webinar. As it's a new product from WatchGuard, we'll go through it on the webinar. And join on that one, we'll have two technical people, Ollie Venn from WatchGuard and Alex Claro from Purdicom doing those demos. After that, we'll probably have a more commercial conversation around the portfolio and the offering and go into kind of the discounts and the best-selling products. That'll be the third webinar in the series. And that concludes this session. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them on the chat, ask them via the webinar app, and we'll get back to you. Alternatively, drop us an email at watchguard@purdy.com, and we'll be more than happy to help. We'll follow up an email around this presentation to everybody that's attended with a link to it, and there'll probably be a questionnaire on there as well. So we look forward to working with you and working with you on many security opportunities moving forward. So thank you very much.